Well, Ged, first and foremost, we got the news on Sunday that Andy Rinomhota named Player of the Season for Reading Football Club. What does that mean to the academy, I guess?
Well, first of all, congratulations to Andy, and richly deserved, and I think from the perspective of everybody at the academy, we're just delighted for him. Made his debut in November when, there were dark moments, weren't they, back then, and he's come through, and I think he's played over 20 games this season. He's been a main part of the revival of the club, really. So, congratulations to him, and we're all delighted for him. And I guess in addition to that, there have been 6 other debuts. There's been numerous appearances by academy boys and homegrown players this season. So, I mean, we're very pleased with the outcome. Obviously, first and foremost, staying up was the first thing and the most important mission. But then to see all those boys coming on and playing games was fantastic.
On Andy as well, then, what kind of characteristics do you think that he's shown this season that's kind of allowed him to kind of progress from that 23s level to a first team footballer?
Well, I think when Eamon established the academy and developed it, he talked about wanting players that were technically very gifted, that were humble in the way they went about their business, but were incredibly hard working. And those 3 characteristics you see embodied in Andy Rinomhota, don't you? So really, from an academy perspective, we couldn't have a better example of the type of products that we want to get out there. And and I guess we saw it best of all when he made his debut, he got into the team, and then he came out of the team, he came back to the 23s, and you just saw him sort of, just stiffen the sinews, go again, and obviously once he got back in the team, he's never come out of it. And that's the sort of player that we're all proud of, really.
And as an academy manager too, it must be so useful to have these living experiences. You can point at these players like Andy and say, this is what you can achieve with the right attitude, and if you've got the ability, you can make it happen for yourself.
Yeah, I've said it to you a number of times. We've got a special group in that 23s group, and they're looking at each other and they're competing with each other a little bit, and when one gets in, another one wants to get in, and when one gets 10 appearances, and there are others wanting to go in the same direction. So this is a good moment for us as a club, as an academy, for that group of players. And then you come down from that and you look what's happening in the 18s, the 16s, even down into the 15s, and they're all looking up and saying, well, if Andy can make it through, then why can't I?
Touched on it already, is that there's been a lot of debuts this season. We're past the 50 mark, which is a pretty astronomical number compared to what most clubs would expect. So in that sense, as you say, it's been another breakthrough year in many senses for the academy.
Yeah, sure. I mean, 51 appearances or 51 debuts. And appearances, all importantly, going up as well. So we're making a bigger contribution to what happens out there on the field, and that's hugely important. And as I've said, I think there are more of these players are going to come through in the next couple of seasons, and there's some exciting talent that's on the fringes. We've got 4 players, I think, sitting on a debut and waiting for their second appearance, and that's one of the things we're looking to try and build on. And it's hard getting that first one, unbelievable. Getting the second appearance, and then from there to 10, that's another challenge for these boys. I was really delighted to see Josh Barrett get another appearance, and I think he'd waited almost over 12 months after his debut, and probably longer than that. So that in its own way shows some incredible resilience. I mean, there's lots of little stories bubbling along. Look at Michael Elise, 16 years old, first year scholar, bounces into the 23s, and then before you know it, he's playing first team football and going toe to toe with Stoke City away from home. I mean, these sorts of things these are the dreams that the young kids, the 8, 9, 10s, dream about, and we've got all of these stories that are real. It's not fiction; it's the real thing.
And lastly, Ged, I think it's been brilliant to sort of see, hear all these stories coming from the younger age groups about where they get into in cup competitions and so on. But not only that, there's been so many things to talk about off the field too. They're taking kids into over to different countries and giving them experiences that they might not get at other even at other academies. So, giving them some really unique life experiences here as well.
Yeah, well, I think we celebrate the guys that get through, but there's only a certain percentage that will ever make it. So for everybody else that comes through the academy, the experience has got to be a really special one. And so we're trying to create a rounded education for them, give them experiences that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. What you hope is, whatever happens with the future careers of these young players, they when they leave Reading at whatever stage, they walk away with a great experience and hopefully some fantastic memories.